Kinsley, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Cody from Occupational Therapy.
What's occupational therapy?
Occupational therapy is treatment for people. We help people relearn or find new ways to do the activities that are meaningful to them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I read in your chart you've had a stroke. So you've felt some weakness on the left side of your body? Okay, so well, let's get you sitting up straight here. This is your weak arm, right? And your weak leg. And so I'm going to have you with your right arm reach around behind you in the chair and use that hand and your right leg to kind of push yourself up in the chair. How's that? That looks more comfortable, a little bit more stable there. I'm going to keep my foot right here for now, okay? Make sure you're supported in the chair. Are you feeling a lot of pain in your shoulder? Not too bad? Okay, so I'm going to help you. Your caregivers want a video to show them the passive range of motion, which is a passive, first of all, means that the therapist, which is me today, is going to do all of the work. You're not going to do anything, okay? But we're going to take your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, and your hand through all the joints. We're going to go through all of the motions, okay? So, first, let's do your shoulder flexion. So I'm going to put my hand right here on your shoulder, and we'll take your arm up to 90 degrees. That's shoulder flexion, okay? And so when your caregivers are doing this and helping you, they can go through each motion like 5 to 10 times. Okay? And we can go all the way up. That's full flexion of the shoulder. And back down to neutral. All the way up and back down. Okay, next we'll do an abduction, which takes your arm, put it back in that neutral position and bring it straight up to a 90. Shoulder abduction to 90. And then we'll do an adduction, that's bringing it right back to your side here. Let's do a full abduction, which takes it to the full 180 degrees. And back down to neutral. Adduct back down to neutral. Okay, so we're going to do some rotations, okay? So we'll bring your shoulder up to 90. Lift your elbow here. Okay, so we're going to do the inward rotation of your shoulder. Rotate it in, and an outward rotation. Bring that back like that. Inward rotation, outward rotation. Adduct it back down to neutral. Okay, let's do a horizontal abduction, horizontal adduction. Are you feeling any pain? Okay. Let's bring you back to neutral here. All right, and I'm going to sit down here to help you. We went through all the shoulder joints. Now let's do your elbow. Okay, so just the straight arm is an elbow extension. Bringing it up to a flexion. Extension, elbow flexion. Okay, back to neutral here. If we turn your arm down, pronation. And we'll rotate it up, supination. Pronation, supination. Okay. You seem to be doing okay. Do you feel okay? Do you need anything? Okay, let's move on then to the wrist. I'm going to put my leg up here to kind of support my hand, to support your arm, okay? So your wrist, right now we just have it in a neutral position. So we'll push it back here. That's an extension. And wrist flexion goes down. Again, when your caregivers are helping you with this, they can do it 5 to 10 times. Okay, so we're going to do a radial deviation, which is just turns your wrist in. And an ulnar deviation will push it out. Back to neutral. Radial deviation. Ulnar deviation. Okay. Flexion. Excuse me, that's extension. Flexion. Then we'll move on to your hands. So that's a pretty neutral position, right? If we just push your hands out like this, it's a finger extension. We can flex all of those joints, a hand flexion here. If we flex your fist, and that flexes all of your joints in your fingers. The MCPs, the PIP, the DIP, we'll flex them there. And then we'll extend them here again. And then we'll do an extension. It just separates all of your fingers here. Excuse me, that's an abduction. And then we'll adduct them back together. This is the MCP extension, finger extension. The MCP finger flexion. Okay, and back to neutral. So we'll do your thumb here. Just thumb flexion. Extension. Here we have the thumb abduction and the thumb opposition. Abduction, opposition, adduct it back to flexion. Okay, that's it. Do you have any questions? Okay, so we'll get this video sent to your caregivers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.